Don't scroll yet because today I'll be teaching an important topic in biology. Interesting at that matter. So in this topic, human reproduction, I'm going to be talking about how the sperm is produced, the egg, how pregnancy occurs, etc. So listen, the sperm is produced in the seminiferous tubules and is being taken down to the epidermis where it will stay and mature before ejaculation. Then the female reproductive system has two ovaries, and those two ovaries houses many immature eggs, of which during every menstrual cycle one or two or three of the egg of the mature egg will move to the fallopian tube and stay there waiting for fertilization to occur. Then the stage in which the egg or the process in which the egg is taken to the fallopian tube for fertilization is called ovulation. Ovulation. During this ovulation period, the uterine lining, also known as the endometrium, becomes thickened, waiting for pregnancy to occur. So when the egg stays at the fallopian tube waiting for sperm to come so that it will fertilize it, and the sperm did not come, then the uterine lining or the endometrium will shed and come out as blood, which is also known as the menstruation. That blood that comes out is known as the menstruation. So it is not the egg that shed itself, it is the uterine lining that shed itself. Then now, when the egg is in the fallopian tube, the sperm will now enter from the vagina to the cervix. From the cervix it will enter the uterus, and from the uterus it will go to the fallopian tube and meet the egg there and then fertilize it. So when the one sperm moves and meets one egg and fertilize the egg will start developing in a way that another sperm cannot be able to penetrate to it or fuse to it. So that stage is called block of polyspermy. And polyspermy itself is when two sperm cells fertilizes one egg, and is not good because it does not produce a viable zygote. Then if one sperm fertilizes one egg in the fallopian tube and the egg does not split after the fertilization, it's going to produce one single zygote, which is one child. Then if the egg splits into two after fertilization, then it is going to give birth to what we call identical twins. Then in a situation where the egg does not split totally after fertilization, it gives birth to what they call conjoined twins, even though it is a rare child difference. It's rare. You understand? It's rare, but we still have them. Conjoined twins. So they are going to be joined together at the skull. And again, if the ovary produce more than 2 to 3 egg, or maybe say 2 different eggs, and send them to the fallopian tube, and 2 sperms fertilizes the 2 different egg in the fallopian tube, it's going to give birth to what is called fraternal twins. Fraternal twins. This fraternal means they are twins, but they are not look alike. They does not resemble each other. So it happens when 2 different sperms fertilizes 2 different eggs. It can also be triplets if the eggs are 3 and 3 different sperms fertilizes it. You understand? So after the fertilization, the embryo starts dividing in a way that it can be able to enter into the uterus and implant itself to the uterus. Now, to determine if the child will be a boy or a girl, you know that women always has XX chromosome, then male have XY chromosome. Then now, during fertilization, egg has eggs, so it will always produce its own eggs to the union. Then if it is X sex chromosome, like during the time that the sperm is produced in the seminiferous tubulus, it has the X sperm cells and the Y one. So it depends on the one that attach first. If it is X sperm that attach first, it will give birth to X eggs, that is a girl. But if it is Y that meets the egg and fuse it first and fertilize it first, it will give birth to a boy. So this is all about human reproduction. Thank you for watching.